What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Ben Thomas Show. Thanks for coming back. Guys, we got a weird one to talk about today. It's the Imposter Joker from the Dark Knight line, the Heath Ledger version. This is a weird one, kind of a WTF moment for me, because I did not expect to open my Facebook this morning and see this bad boy. But I definitely have some thoughts. So guys, stick around if you like the video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe if you're new to the Ben Thomas Show, and let's get into it.
I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you?
I'm Ben Thomas.
Go time! Here we go, here we go, here we go!
Okay, everybody, welcome back. So I have to say first, this has got to be one of the most creative reuses of past items and accessories that I've ever seen Hot Toys do. Honestly, this is clearly a reuse of the Dark Knight suit, right? Maybe that DX19 that they've had a hard time selling because they keep giving us upgraded versions. My tin hat theory was that, of course, that blue Baleman that we saw not that long ago was kind of a reuse and a repaint because they couldn't sell that DX19 the same way they wanted to. This looks a lot like the DX19 suit, including those little pieces that come off the elbows. But that's okay, because to be honest, it's still one of the best paint jobs I've ever seen over top of this suit. So for that, I'm willing to give it a pass. We also see reuse with the base. It's the same base that we got back in the day with the DX12 Batman and, of course, the DX11 Joker. But unfortunately, and at least I'd bet on this, that those little lights that you see at the front probably still don't light up. That's a battery function they took out years ago and have never given us back. But it's still the same base, just with a different paint job, which is wild. Some of the accessories, the batarangs, the grenades, the playing cards, all of those reuse. And now we're seeing that they're also reusing the artisan head sculpt for that Joker. So it's one of the coolest Hot Toys kit bashes I've ever seen, but it's a lot of reuse. Now, does that make it, independently less cool? No. To be honest, I think if you're a huge Dark Knight fan, especially a huge Heath Ledger Joker fan like I am, this still might be one that you're like, gotta have it. Now, this is actually also not the first time we've seen an Imposter Joker version of a character. We did see one back with the Suicide Squad back in the day with the Jared Leto likeness under the bat cowl, which was a creepy-ass looking figure, I'm not gonna lie, and to be honest, still sits by itself in my local comic book store. For whatever reason, maybe they just never made those very limited, I'm not too sure what, but it still sits there. Nobody's ever bought it. And I've considered buying it a couple times because I'm a huge Batman guy, but I've always talked myself out of it because the Leto Joker was never my favorite Joker. Heath Ledger's Joker is my favorite Joker, and I think he'll always be that. Mark Hamill, at least, is right up there with his animated version, of course, but live action, Heath Ledger's the guy. But do I need this version? I've already got the two from InArt with the jail cell diorama. I've still got my old DX11 Joker. The Hot Toys one is now coming. We've seen that, coming soon screen grab this week with the artisan figure. That'll be the first time we actually get a chance to see what the artisan actually looks like in hand. Crossing fingers that it's awesome. Because if it is, I do think that the likeness to Heath Ledger on the Hot Toys version here is really strong. I've always liked my InArt ones, but I've never even truly thought those had nailed the likeness. And when this version of Joker came out, at least in terms of the head sculpt, last year for pre-order, I criticized it as well. I didn't think that the hair looked that great. I thought the sculpted version might actually be superior, but some of these photos I actually feel like are making that rooted hair, the artisan version, look more appealing. So I don't know if they've just got better photos this time. Maybe they've been able to, style it or tweak it a little bit more. Maybe they're actually using a final production for these photos. So now we actually get a chance to maybe see what that's going to look like because it's so close. I'm not too sure. But keep in mind, this is an artisan limited edition. And lately we've been having these exclusives coming out left, right, and center from Hot Toys, which, to be honest, for some folks is exciting. For me, it's not always as exciting because I like the accessibility of figures. But I also understand that in a collection, it's fun to have things that other people don't have. and this is one of those pieces that would 100% stand out on the shelf. The number is 3,000. They haven't told us if it's going to be a lottery system yet or a queue system. I would imagine it's a queue system. I'd be staying tuned kind of with Sideshow, wherever your provider is, on when that window might go up, because lately I've noticed they haven't been giving a lot of heads up for that. It keeps happening to me in the middle of my business day. This is not one I'm planning to chase. It hurts my soul because I love Heath Ledger's Joker. But I really feel like it is a lot of reuse. It's a really good kit bash, but not necessarily one I feel like I need. This never had a screen appearance, and that takes away from some of the cool factor for me a little bit. If I'd seen it on screen, I think it might have been different. I think the other piece that I feel like this is missing is the bat cowl look. Previous Suicide Squad version had the bat cowl with the Jared Leto likeness underneath, but that iconic makeup that Heath Ledger has, that smile. Do you guys remember when The Dark Knight came out and there was that like picture of him through frosty glass and you could see the outline of his smile on it? Like, that smile is so iconic. Can you imagine that popping out of the Dark Knight cowl? I think that could have looked really cool. So I'm disappointed that was not included in this set either. For me, 3,000 limited. I'm going to let everybody else have a chance at it if you're interested in it. If this is one you guys get in your collection, I think it's going to be a great piece, but I've got to stay off the hype train on this one. For me, it's just real estate that I don't feel like I need to take up in my collection when there are so many other cool things that are coming. And if this is an indicator, maybe a lot of things that we don't actually expect to come this year. So I want to hold out on that real estate space as well. But guys, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this figure. Are you excited about it? What do you think of the paint job? I think it's amazing. The accessories, while they're reuse, I think are still great for the figure. It's annoying if that base doesn't light up because the old ones did, so it sucks if they didn't re-add that component, but it wouldn't surprise me either. At the end of the day, I think what's appealing to this is that it's the Artisan. We'll already have one in hand by the time this comes out, so we'll know what kind of quality we're going to get. And because it's that exclusive edition, if you're one of 3,000 people in the world that has this Joker in the collection, I envy you. I envy you. Guys, if you liked the video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe if you're new to the Ben Thomas Show, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Wow, what a great audience. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.
Where should I go? What should I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
It's gone. It's all gone.